it's trust too in the brand, bro.
Yeah.
Because look,
the brands have to trust Zoomies to put their clothes in their store.
I feel much more comfortable and trusted. Real talk. I feel much more trusted to buy something that's affiliated with a consistent retail partner. Does that make sense? Like, for example, I'm much more inclined to buy your product if it's at a store that's popular versus you have like your own. This is me, like your own online store.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like that's my mentality, like off the bat. Like, not to say that if you were to sell your own Zion Dawn merch on your own online site, I'm not saying I wouldn't buy it, but the mentality of myself that you have your Zion Dawn merch like at this store, like I could go to this store and buy it, like depending on the store, and we're talking about Zoomies. Okay, like this is a store that, like the brands that they represent, like for my liking, it's good ass shit. Like it's the partnering of like the retail partner plays a big partner too, like plays a big factor. So like. Yeah, like you do make a great point. Especially a lot of times, like it brings up another question too. Like, is it better for an artist sometimes to partner with a trusted brand versus doing it by themselves, indie, and like starting an online store? Because damn,
look, I want to have my stuff in as many places as possible and accessible as possible, right? But like, so.
Makes sense, yeah.
There's a big like stigma on Zoomies. A lot of people don't like it really because so there's a saying that streetwear gets sent to Zoomies. Once your streetwear gets sent to Zoomies, that means it's dying.
It's not popping no more.
Yeah. Like your streetwear gets sent to Zoomies to die.
Gentrify, like that's not the cool shit.
That's the graveyard.
Ah, it's a graveyard.
So like after it was cool and everything, like it ends up at Zoomies.
Ah.
You feel me? That's
interesting.
That's how it works.
Oh, okay. So, like, now going back to what, like I said, if I was a consumer and I saw your shirt, like, at a Zoomies, I would have been like, oh, damn, that's cool. I'll probably be more inclined. But for some people, like you said, if we see a brand, for some people, if we see a certain brand at Zoomies, oh, this shit ain't popping. This is the retirement of a brand being sold at Zoomies.
But that's because Zoomies, that's because Zoomies is like a Target. You feel me? Zoomies is big. It's everywhere. So you got to think about it now. If you're putting your clothes everywhere, it's not really that exclusive anymore. That means you're making clothes for everyone for it to be everywhere. That means it's not that cool. That means everyone's going to have it. Do you want something that everyone has? Not necessarily. That's not what streetwear is about. Streetwear is about having dope, exclusive shit. You feel me? That's the whole point of streetwear. It's having dope, fresh, new designs that's cool, that has great quality, and that really no one could find. You feel me? That's
not mass produced either. Like
exactly, and that's why if your shit ends up in the Zoomies, that means it was probably mass produced. You feel me? That means a lot of people are gonna wear it. A lot of people are gonna have it. Not to say that all brands that end up in there are like that, because some brands.
No more saying that.
Yeah, because some brands will only send Zoomies a fine amount of they'll pretty much send each store one size of everything, and that's it. And that's all they get. Okay. You feel me? So it just depends, type shit. But usually that's how it works. Okay. But the thing is, like, that's Zoomies. That's multiple. We don't need multiple. We need one, maybe two, maybe because bro, we don't need a lose. Oh, this is just all theoretically, right? We wouldn't need to lose the tempo in fucking Arizona or like a random ass state that EDM's really not even popping. You feel me?
It wouldn't make sense.
So we wouldn't need that mass produced type shit. Like you just need what? Florida, Denver, New York, California, Montreal, somewhere in Canada.
If we're doing bass music, yeah, like a lot.
Well, look, I would say like that would be like the niche, but we wouldn't be limited. You feel me?
No, for sure.
Like obviously some KX5 is gonna be there, but like that's just like the idea type shit, but it sounds it sounds cool. I don't know. We have everything, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I go shopping, a lot of times, not because a brand was there, it's because I trust the store. I trust the store of the products that they're pushing on there.
Imagine nitty gritties at the store you like.
I would probably be
Having random artists, bro, pull
I
up.
would probably be inclined to buy their merch, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be inclined. Yeah,
Yeah, true.
for sure.
I don't know,
So
Zoomies.
let me ask you this: like, who? If you can have any retail store, like, but let's take away like Walmart and like all these bigger like, those are fucking like for sure. Like, I would like to think any artist would like to have it. Well, I don't know, but I think like as a nice goal to have like your merch like sold to like a big giant like Walmart and Target, it's not bad. We see famous artists do it all the time, but like if is there a personal store that you like? If this temple wasn't a storefront, is there a store that you could think of that you would probably like to have your product sold on? Probably not. I don't know.
A storefront?
Yeah. Like there's a lot of, like Primitive. Like they use Zoomies to represent their brand. I don't know. They're exclusive, right? I mean, I don't know how the exclusivity works with that shit. But
I don't know.
like for example, Primitive. I know I could find Primitive brand in Zoomies, and I could choose Zoomies like for that kind of brand. Like, is there a store that you could think of that you would be like, oh yeah, like I would like to see, or I could see like my kind of merch being, or I wouldn't mind seeing like this store sell my kind of merch because I like this particular. Like, do you have a particular personal brand that you wouldn't mind having representing your merch? Like, there's okay. Like, let's talk about there's Zoomies. There's I guess PacSun, Hot Topic. What Forever 21. Forever 21.
Tilly's.
Cause I'm thinking of this now as we're talking about it. Like I'm wondering like if you didn't have
None of those shops.
Okay. No, yeah. I'm just throwing. I don't know what other more shops like that would like fucking carry this shit that are not big giant retailers like Walmart or Target. Yeah, I don't know. That was something
I would like the exclusivity factor. I don't know.
Just having your storefront, right?
Online, I guess, yeah, but
Or
having a place to like, bro, if there was a place that had specifically like EDM shit, right? Which there are, but there isn't for bass. I can tell you that.
False. I think I'll talk for Neophoric.
Neophoric. Their storefront?
Yes, sir.
Where
San
at?
Diego.
Oh, okay. What do they have there?
It used to be Damascus.
Damascus.
Yeah, they're very big. But I think they're like one of the only like storefronts, like bass, bro. Like, for sure, bass, bro. Like,
Just bass.
they're niche.
Okay.
That's their fucking. I mean, for sure they do like you said, like you mentioned, they definitely have like in their store, physical store, probably have like other attire that's catering to other genres. But no, Neophoric, bro, check it out.
They have their own clothing though?
They have their own clothing.
Okay.
They've collaborated with other like bass music artists to create their own merch line. Bam, and other artists like they go. I think it's like every other Wednesday they go to their store. Their storefront does open decks. So all these artists, we should go one of these Wednesdays actually.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm sure you've seen me with like some of those shirts, like the Smash Bros. Like
Yeah.
that's Damascus, but they're Neophoric now. So this is a brand that's been for sure. I think that's the storefront we should check out one of these days, like at an open deck. Like,
Sure.
It's a bass dominant clothing store in San Diego. They've been doing that shit since Damascus, like 12, 20. I remember getting the shirts to Boogaloo events days. They've been around for sure. Definitely check it out, Neophoric. Big shout out to Neophoric. Definitely, hey, come through. I'll be down to have Neophoric come through.
For sure, that'd be sick.
For sure. Like they're from San Diego. Yeah, I've been following them since they were at Damascus. And I'm not gonna lie, their longevity, like for them doing EDM attire, because their shit, dude, like at music festivals, like I've seen people wear like their shit.
Yeah.
I've wear Neophoric shit and be like, oh, that's the like they have a good reputation attire wise, bass music, niche. Like big shout out to Neophoric, like previously known as Damascus. They doing the shit. They do open decks every now and then. I think it's real cool. They're based out in San Diego, and you do see a lot of their clothing attire at these festivals. I've wear a couple of. I have like a Smash Bros one. I have we are LED one. We have one that was supporting like the Middle Eastern women out there with like the rights and everything. They're yeah, for sure. We should definitely go to their one of the, like I wouldn't like I personally like going back to like my own product. I wouldn't mind them handling my shit because they've had years of base design. Like if you look at the designs, you're like, damn, like it speaks. Not dubstep. It speaks bass music. You know, German bass, dubstep. You can look at it and be like, oh, this ain't some house shit. This is bass music, aesthetics, design, flavor, taste to it. Um, no, but you know what? We could use a lot more of those fronts.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. Because we do there is like the like there used to be a lot of those back then. Like brick and mortar shops specifically, you know, just to hang out. You know, back nowadays, like the whole economy, you know, it's got to be a business that's like constantly like, you know, it's popping, it's constantly selling shit. You know, back then there's a lot more leniency for, you know, stores to be a lot more open format like that. You know, come through and hang out. Like, I mean, I've never really opened a store in these. I've never opened a store at all like in these years, so I can't really tell you like how that process looks like. But
how would you feel if there was like?
I would have liked to see. To end it, I would like to see a New York type of store, like it, like or just like you said, any kind of EDM store, like at home, you know, like here at the mall to drive through. But we gotta go drive out to what is it, Montclair or you know all these cities to go to these kinds of or San Diego. For New York.
I wouldn't want to open one in Mobile.
Or in the IE somewhere. If I honestly, you know, it's crazy. If I had to do it, I'd do it in San Bernardino, bro. Like if I had to make it make sense, but also it's like like it's a risk. Like I don't know, like San Diego. I'm sorry, San Bernardino. It just seems to be like because of the NOS, bro. Like and that's the only reason why I would probably just have a storefront. Like it buy NOS, buy the NOS, bro. I think like IE. Like and this is me just like living in Marina Valley for so many years and seeing like the traffic like. This is the only city that I can think of probably having a storefront, but like because of how sketchy it is, it probably get broken into, like, or whatever the case is. Like I can always just think of San Bernardino.
You know,
like,
they have a mall.
I mean, they got two malls, don't they? They got one that's like active, and they have one. I think it's the Carousel, like the old mall, and like it's like not as, or it's not even like live at all. Or like not many people going there, right?
I don't know, but I know one of the malls has hella stores open. Hella empty stores in that bitch. I don't know, bro. San Bernardino's wild. Is there enough Insomniac events going on there for it to make sense?
I think if you can have a shop in Montclair where there's not really crazy events happening, I think you can have a shop in San Bernardino and make it work. But maybe your pricing's got to be a little adjusted. All right, actually, you know.
Who said you could have one in Montclair?
Well, there's a rave box, right? You know all those stores, right?
You can have a shop anywhere. You can have a shop anywhere. That's not what we're looking at here.
The way I'm perceiving it, I think San Bernardino is a much more bigger EDM market than Montclair. That's where I'm going with. That's where I'm getting like my the confidence of opening up a shop. Because I think there's a much more bigger EDM market. There's always been a much more bigger EDM market because of Gotham. First and foremost.
But someone could flip that at you, be like, okay, well, maybe there's more of a community sometimes there. But
Facts.
But people don't shop in San Bernardino.
I don't shop in San Bernardino. True.
So it's like you gotta think about that too.
Jay is not okay. Y'all doing song reviews? Oh shit!
Shoot us a song.
Hold on. I want to know. I don't want to feel like we ignored this shit. Hold on. When was this?
I don't fucking know, bro.
I'll look at the chat, but
But so
are we doing song reviews? Hold on. Let's put this out.
DM us and we'll find out.
We'll think about it.
Yeah.
We're
We could.
podcasting. We could.
But yeah,
Let's think about it. Hey, we're not gonna do you dirty. We're not gonna say no, but we're gonna think about it.
yeah,
We'll get back to you in 5 minutes. Jay is not a bro. Be okay.
or longer. I don't know.
You know,
But
we'll think about it. We'll see. $5. But
send us a super chat.
hey, what?
Nah, but
Oh, damn.
fuck.
We're talking about people don't buy shit. You're right. People
Yeah,
don't.
and so
I don't
like
buy shit. In
you
I don't buy shit in
you gotta look about it this way now, bro. Like I get it. Demographic is important to the type of shit you're selling, but also you got to look at successful business models and business locations and look at where do you get more traffic. Like that's very important. Like traffic is important. Where do more people buy? More people enticed to buy? When people are driving around, are they going to feel like, okay, I feel comfortable to buy shit here? Like shit like that starts going into play now when you start like thinking about.
Open up. Because I like to think.
We can't just open some shit in Mobile and think it's going to pop.
Yeah, and going on top of that, you like to think that Apple can open up just because of like their hypeness, clout, whatever. You would think that they could open up like any store in each city. That's not the case.
Why don't we got a Prada in our mall, bro?
Facts.
Why don't we have a Gucci in our mall,
Loss
dog?
prevention is going ham, bro, at these stores.
That's all, like, why don't we have certain stores in our mall, fam?
It's a burden to these businesses to have it at certain locations because.
And you got to think about that with us too. Like it might be a burden for us to have our location somewhere. Like in San, we might be doing ourselves an injustice. Like
for sure,
bro.
And also too, when it comes to shopping, if someone wants to buy something, bro, like you've seen people drive lengths. I've seen myself drive lengths to buy a certain product. So
I'll drive to Cabazon sometimes. You feel me?
Yeah, no. As much as we like to think, like you said, I like to think there's a big EDM market, but like you said, a lot of other things factor in as to like where it's gonna, where the storefront.
And then who are EDM like who are the people in these the EDM market? Are they even people that go to travel to buy shit?
Yeah.
So that shit you got to think about too. You feel me? Like just because there is an EDM market, is there an EDM market? Yeah, you feel me? Like you gotta think about that too. Or are people really just trying to go to these festivals and just get memorabilia at the festivals? You feel me? Like
a lot of that could be said about even throwing shows. You know, anything EDM related. If you're able to break it down, I think if you're able to be realistic about like what it is that you're selling and understanding the behavior of your audience and how.
So I like what you're thinking. Hey, my man's smart. Put some respect on my man's name. We gonna sound drugs at the storefront too, fam. You got it here first, my boy. You fucking.
Hey, Jay is not okay. If you're still here, stay here. I just want to know because I want to still be thinking about that shit. But
now we got you on all the goodies.
No, your location plays a big part, bro. Like because you would have think Insomniac would have had done. You would have thought Insomniac would have had like their own. That's crazy. You would have think Insomniac because I don't think Insomniac has their actual like physical.
I don't think they want to be in apparel.
But you know what? But you also too. I think they're in a unique situation because their storefronts are the festivals, and like they
clean up there.
Yeah, they do. They clean it. No, they don't gotta pay. Like, they do a smart.
They're able to jack up their prices because it's only sold there.
And also, the rent that they're paying for is the rent for them to throw the show. It's not the rent for them monthly to sell a tire. So like. Yeah. Insomniac is definitely smart in the sense that when they're throwing festivals, they're maximizing their fucking likeness, their whatever, and like all the brands that they're affiliated with.
For sure.
You hear a lot of these artist stories of, oh, I sold my fucking merch at this Insomniac festival. Like it's all out. Like thanks for everyone that got it. I'm just like, damn. Like that's another thing too. Like. I think about like if this artist just did it by themselves, like with a different party or a different partner, it wasn't like doing Insomniac storefront. Would they have gotten the same type of purchases, or would they have sold out their? You know, a lot of this factors in. That's why we talked about a lot of like these artists signing exclusive contracts with certain people because because of who they are, their image, their likeness. It all makes sense for that particular brand. Like if they're selling merchandise, they're being represented and all that. Yeah, just things to think about as an artist and someone that's like doing that kind of business. If you're selling merch or releasing music, if you're releasing music, whether you're self releasing or if it's better to partner up with a label and have them deal with distribution and exclusivity, like all that, you gotta think about. You should think about if you're a music producer or you're a designer getting into attire, into EDM space, like all that. Yeah, there's just so many things that just come into play as you start thinking about it. Yeah, bro, it's a lot of the stuff that we talked about is very, very nuts, bro. It's a lot of it's very new too. I like to think that EDM, it's still underground, but it's a lot more popular than what it was a decade ago. No
For
doubt
sure.
about it.
For sure.
Uh, Everyone and the mamas are raving. People are DJing now more than ever. A lot more DJs than what it was a decade ago. It's definitely the thing to partake in. If you want to blow some steam, have fun, and go engage in some dance music.
I feel like Kanye is gonna start making Christian EDM,
Christian EDM.
and then he's gonna headline EDC.
That's crazy, bro. Imagine just getting into like the religion market and becoming a dance electronic artist. Imagine being the only religious electronic artist. You're not restricted to just one religion, bro. Like,
I'm dead.
you're
Hell
DJing,
no.
you're DJing for all these religions and shit. You're a religious icon. You're not just like one religion icon. You're a fucking religion. That's crazy, bro. Hey, these mega churches, they pay, bro. They pay. They be getting the donations, fam. A mega church tour, bro. Man, let's take advantage of religion, bro.
Pause.
They be
Pause.
taking advantage of us, bro. Fuck that shit.
You believe we're not getting there. We're not doing it. We're not doing it, bro. We're not doing it. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. Hey, that AI though, fucking Kanye.
What do you want to say?
Nah, you know what? There's a lot of AI scenes of him specifically. It's from his stem player. Like they're like when he put out the stem players, he put out stem for his vocals too. So every track that he put in the stem player has the stems for his vocals. So that's why they're able to AI generate so many different songs from him because they have it from the stem.
Oh,
I think that's why like they were to do that shit because that's not a lot of artists have AI generated fucking tracks for them that sound that great.
Not like that.
Not at all.
Not almost perfected like that. Because there are some AI generated websites, they try to replicate the sound and the voice, and it's not it. It's definitely not it. You can tell, oh, this is AI. You can tell off the bat it's AI. Good AI is when you're like, oh, damn, I don't know if this is AI or if this is some real ass shit. That's some good AI. Like, what the Kanye AI generated tracks that you were showing me, a lot of it, if you didn't tell me it was AI, I would have been like, damn, like, Kanye went hard on this shit. Like, these covers, like, damn.
I'll listen to those covers, bro.
I feel that. Word.
On the regular, I'll listen to them.
I mean, there's AI out there that's able to now replicate a lot of artists.
I better find your loving. I better find your heart. I better find you all my love and not fire, bro. Fire. Kanye. Hey, someone make a Zion Dawn AI generated. True. No, yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up with the whole AI generated shit.
Are these artists getting some type of royalty from this? No.
So let me ask you this: what if I AI generated a Cartier hook and put it in my track? Do I need rights to that?
What would I think?
Do I need rights to that?
I don't know, but if I was somebody and they were using my vocals over a track and they were monetizing it, I would be inquiring, bro. I would be inquiring, bro. If I found out someone was using my vocals for a track and they're monetizing, I wouldn't be.
Are they your vocals?
Bro, if it's coming from the source and it sounds like me,
Are they your vocals?
if you replicated my audio for your fucking personal
Are
gain,
they your vocals?
does it sound? If it sounds like me, bro,
I can mimic your voice. That doesn't mean it's you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
if you're trying to
Yeah.
sound like me,
I didn't say featuring Husky.
bro. If you're not sounding like yourself and you're trying to sound like somebody else, and it sounds like me,
No, that's my singing voice.
if I
We have a similar singing voice. What's up?
Okay, well, if I'm able to provide the audio evidence that it sounds replicable about my shit,
It's
I'm
not.
inquiring. I'm inquiring, bro. I'm inquiring as an artist, bro. It don't matter what the fucking result is. I'm inquiring, bro.
I asked ChatGPT to generate me some shit, right? To make it sound like whoever.
Okay.
Make it sound like them.
Yeah.
It's not them.
It's not you.
It's not them.
I'm just saying if
It's not you.
if an AI
It's not you though.
AI replicated my audio,
But it's not you.
if an AI replicated my audio identity,
Your audio identity?
Using
What
my
the fuck is an audio identity?
using my likeness, bro.
That's what I said. We didn't say it was you. That's not your likeness.
Bro, it's like a rep. Nah, dude, like
It's not your likeness.
I'm inquiring, bro.
But it's not you.
I'm inquiring, bro.
Okay, so every synth that's ever been created, bro, whoever created that synth first should inquire.
They should. If you
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, dog. I don't see it.
You seen a lot of these songs go through court because motherfuckers are like, "Hey, bro, nah." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, that computer generated voice sounds like me. I need some of that. That sounds fucking stupid.
nah, bro. If it has the same, if it presents the same characteristics,
But we're not
otherwise-
presenting it as you. Why should you get anything?
What are you typing in the AI? What are you putting in the AI for it to sound like? Are you putting give me a random voice? Okay, I can respect that. If you're putting make it sound like Husky's voice, yeah, bro.
Make it sound like a 28-year-old, 5'6" male with Hispanic facial hair.
If it sounds like me, bro.
That doesn't mean it's you. That doesn't mean it's
You
you.
didn't inquire about me, so no.
But it's not. It looks like you. Sounds like you.
Okay, well, touche.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, but that's not, the question was, if you're asking like about my vocals, like if you're asking it for vocals and it happens to just sound like me, okay, touche. But if you're asking a particular generator to make it sound like a particular somebody and then you're monetizing, I'm inquiring. But if you're
But you don't even know. How would you know?
the intention is that you're not using my likeness to produce the record. You're just asking the generator. Okay, like let's say if you're asking the generator to make a voice sound like me, then that's my fault for not putting a system in structure to be able to detect when a similar audio identity.
Nah, that's some stupid shit. Cause like you shouldn't have to do that. I get that,
I know,
right?
you shouldn't have to do that. No, I agree. I don't think there's no place I think in a certain stage of fucking music like hey, it's gotta go.
But what I am saying is this generated file never came from your fucking mouth. How is it you? That's what I'm saying. You feel me? Like how? Like how?
So how? Okay, so let's talk about the AI technology. How is the AI technology able to replicate a particular voice if it's not able to really grab like an actual audio reference? right?
You think your voice is the only voice that sounds like your voice?
I like to think so. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I like to think so. Yeah, bro.
No, yeah, for sure, bro. But think about it this way though. There's already fucking auto tune on all these fucking voice like songs and shit like that. So like, it could just be like, look, the way I'm looking at it, bro, the way that I think all this shit gets put together, you know how many different types of VSTs we have that we could put on shitty vocals to make it sound fucking amazing?
So more than enough.
So what I'm thinking is going on is all they need is something similar to what your voice sounds like, and then they're putting shit on top of it. None of it came from you whatsoever. They just put a chain on a voice that made it sound like you. Bro, there's people giving out vocal chains to make you sound like Little Baby, Rod Wave, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
That's all this computer voice generated shit, AI voice generated shit is to me. Except they fucking made a fucking dialed in really good VST to sound like fucking Kanye West or whatever. It don't matter. Like, you're not getting no bread off of that, fam. I made this VST. The fuck did you do? Like, you feel me? Like, I don't like. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn. Like, what can we do? It's like, cause I'm like I'm saying, like, it's not you. I made a fucking VST. Like, I made these vocals sound like you, and you though, my guy. Like, how can you like? You feel me? Like, how can you say like? What do we do?
Because this is, I mean, I haven't been seeing this done like for. This is new, right? This is fairly new. This AI like replicating shit. Like, I could see something like this happening where an artist goes into court for some. I can see this happening, bro, because this is so new. Artists that are finding out that their voices are being replicated through AI generation. I can see a certain movement where artists are fighting the technology or suing the technology to get a particular kind of royalty, right? And yeah, like it. Again, when it goes into court, you as the defending plaintiff have to provide an evidence as to where the technology is actually like ripping your likeness, whether that's like your voice, your image, whatever the fucking case may be. This is all new territory.
You think Little Baby's the only one that sounds like Little Baby?
I think there's a lot of vocals that are being there's a lot of vocals out there that are using the same effects that a lot of these other vocalists and rappers are using. So you could be using a lot of the same vocal chain effects that a lot of these other artists are using. So yes, you could be Zion Dawn sounding like Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, Travis Scott.
I'm still Zion Dawn.
True.
No, it's just you're right. Like,
but like, I think this is so new.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. Like,
it's gonna.
I was just hitting that extreme.
No. Well, look, the legal shit of this whole AI shit has not hit yet, bro. Because
what's the outcome?
I haven't seen any stories, but I could see a lot of these major artists going against these technology if they're not getting compensated for it, bro. Like I could see Kanye coming across his YouTube videos and be like, "Oh no, man, there's got to be some sort of," or just any artist that's feeling like they're not getting compensated for their asset or whatever. In this case, would be like their vocals. We could definitely see these artists in the near future going to these technology companies, suing them, being like, "Hey, like again, that's a lot of artists that they're replicating." So again, we don't know how this legal.
It's gonna be tough, bro.
There's a lot. There's just so much.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long ass court.
I'm interested to see.
Because the thing is that dude, this is crazy.
I saw a fucking TikTok.
Talking about this now.
I saw a TikTok where it was like, oh, me pulling up to the studio with my boys when they realized I have a Kanye West feature, Ice Spice feature, and a Drake feature, and it's just AI generated voice, and his boys are just like looking at him like, oh, freaking out and shit.
Yeah, like that. okay, like going back to that, like imagine making a track and you got Ice Spice generated vocals. It's just popping. But then Ice Spice is asking you for a percentage. You know, like it's just like all these things that I don't know. Like
Well,
we don't know if this is already like being in top. Like you know, is there's so much. This is all new shit. The AI generated like I haven't seen any artist yet or anyone like publicly release a track with other like another generated vocals and see how that plays out in terms of like paying out like whatever the fucking the rights holder.
you know it's gonna be. Well,
That's interesting. That's an interesting topic though. Yeah, for sure.
it's crazy with all this AI generated stuff. Did you see the post about Daft Punk?
Uh, nah.
About one of the guys like speaking about like why he doesn't think there's gonna be a Daft Punk reunion.
Oh, come.
He was saying that like Daft Punk is robots, right? Like that's their whole theme and everything like that. And he was like, I don't like this whole computer generated like AI stuff that's going on right now. And I think like if like we were to continue like with the project as it is, like it would be like a mix of blurred lines and this and that. And like he was like, I just want to get back to like the real music aspect of shit. Like I don't even want to touch those lines of like computer shit. Like then like he doesn't want to be involved in any of that shit. And now he's making scores for ballets and shit like that. Yeah, so I was like, that's interesting. Like Daft Punk, one of our goats, fam, is like, nah.
He's just not down for the algorithmic way of making music, bro. Because like when you talk about AI, that's algorithmic. Like as when I'm producing music,
You
bro,
think
I like to
EDM's
get-
about? Go ahead.
well, when I'm making music, bro, I know a lot of times I'm not trying to. Personally, I'm not trying to make my music loop by loop by loop by loop. If I could get very specific in the kick and the snare and the hat and the drop, like I'll work within its individual stem or individual track. And I think with this AI generated like way of making music, not just vocals, bro, just like just asking AI to make you a cool 16 bar like intro to a house track, like just shit like that, like. I'm just hoping that people don't flee from actually creating like themselves like raw versus like always asking the AI like, hey, make me my intro, make me my drop, and I'll go from there. That's a good way to kind of experiment, learn shit, but as an artist, you want to be able to fully be comfortable knowing that you can creatively get in there and like control. Like,
We sound old.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Because like, fuck. We're gonna get to a point where what we're saying now is the same thing what we said about samples.
Yeah,
The same thing we said about loops.
Yeah,
like-
sampling is a big thing. Everyone's sampling.
Like this, bro. I think just like AI generated stuff is gonna become a standard. Like, why would I waste time trying to write in a whole intro when
Sure,
the AI could do it and then I could just build my ideas upon it? Like,
that's the temperature right now of making music.
I fucking quit. Oh, imagine.
Less originality, bro. I'm gonna just put it like that.
Or less originality or more you gotta look at it two ways. You can see it as less originality or more ingenuity. You feel me? Like
more ingenuity.
like
I
you
see what you're saying.
like
Okay.
and you know you use ingenuity in an artistic way sometimes. You feel me? Like I'm fucking bro, like
Look, I don't mind people using AI, but the moment I start seeing
but what if
AI
you're born into AI, bro? Like, what if you're born into it and now you're like, okay, well, now let me put pieces together type shit, and like it's like we're looking at this
I see
now
what you're saying.
from an aspect of no, we know how it is, what it was like before type shit. But what
I see
about
what
the
you're
people
saying.
that are waking up with AI? Now they're waking up with what AI has plus what everything else was. So now they're looking at it as a whole. And now they're like, all right, let me engineer some like crazy shit with using it. You feel me? Like
No, I feel it. Yeah, bro. I mean, you're that kind of producer.
we just gotta adapt.
No. I mean, you. Can
So we gotta
adapt.
take the bullshit that comes with this AI generated shit and be like, all right, what's the good? And like keep it pushing. Like I feel like that's what we gotta do,
I think
right?
you should hear out AI. But I don't.
Man, don't say that bullshit, bro.
You should hear out AI.
Hey, chill.
You should hear out AI, but I don't think you should fully surrender your creative rights to AI. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You should not fully surrender your creative rights to AI. Hear it out, and if it makes sense for your
Sound like the music label. Hey, hear me out. hear me out, bro. Now you don't have to sacrifice your full creative direction, bro. Hey, hear me out. Hey, bro, it's nice over here. We got money. You feel me?
Yeah.
We can create this shit for you.
For sure.
The looks.
Yeah.
You can be popping.
Yeah.
It'll be easier.
It would be easier, yeah. A lot of people like taking the easier route, for sure.
You get bitches.
I mean, you can probably get bitches. Whatever the fucking that party tells you, for sure.
Just come over here. Why not?
Yeah, for sure. Like, why make
just
it harder?
hear us out. Just hear us
yeah,
out.
Like, we got the money.
That's what you want us to do to AI? Next thing you know, bro, we're an iRobot. Is that what you want? You want an iRobot situation going on here? I think that was a bad comparison. I don't know. I'm just thinking of a movie where robots take over and iRobots was it.
I've never seen that movie to its fullest.
That's been another episode of The Spotlight. Here we'll lose the tempo.
All right, guys. See ya.
My boy's never seen iRobot.
Yeah, believe it or not, bro. I've not seen iRobot. To its fullest. To its fullest. I've seen clips. That's
so disrespectful. I've never listened to your music, Carlos, but I've heard clips.
I can believe that. You only pop into the post. You don't click in and check the actual track. I believe that. Some people only watch podcast clips. They don't actually go into the full podcast episode. I believe that. Some people only go to the drop and they don't listen to the intro or the outro. I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
disrespect out here.
For sure. If you want to call it disrespect, yeah.
I'm calling it how I see it. It's disrespect.
For sure.
Watch iRobot.
Probably not. Nah.
It's pretty good. Will Smith is a good actor.
Men in Black 2, then no, I'm good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if it's not better than Men in Black 2, forget about it.
Men in Black 2 is trash compared to iRobot, bro.
Take that shit back.
No.
Hey, Twitch, let us know what the better movie was.
iRobot.
Bro, I Am Legend was better, bro.
Fuck no.
Just call it right now.
Bro. You know what's gonna... You know what? Don't watch iRobot. See how you fare in the future, Carlos. iRobot is a future documentary. Remember that shit. I'm not even bullshitting you.
Bro, if it's not like if
I said what I said.
Alright,
I said what I said, bro.
I'm honestly not gonna check it out.
That's on you, bro. That's on you.
It's on me, bro.
We'll see who survives, bro. We'll see who survives in the end.
We'll be alright, bro. I'll be alright. They'll be listening to drum and bass. We'll have drum and bass catalog by then. We'll have them control.
We'll see.
We'll have them control.
Speaking about drum and bass, Tiesto dropped drum and bass.
Yeah.
It's here than drum and bass, Carlos. It's here. It happened. It happened. It doesn't get more mainstream than Tiesto. Does not. Let's just...
Tiesto for me is a very complicated.
Just a round of applause for
Tiesto.
drum and bass.
You know, I gotta respect Tiesto. You know, Tiesto's been.
No, you have to. You have to.
Since the 90s, bro.
You can't talk shit about Tiesto.
Like, you can't not.
You can't even shade him, Carlos. So don't even try shading him.
Nah.
That's Tiesto, bro.
Has been around since the 90s, bro. He's been DJing before I was born, I believe.
I believe it.
You know, these fools were in Amsterdam, Dutch, bro. Him, Hardwell, all these fools. They've been. Honestly, I'm very impressed by a lot of these DJs that have been DJing since the 90s and still here in the space, because it's not that many artists that are
Money.
around. What? Huh? Just like, yeah, there's not that many artists right now that have stuck around for more than 5 years to the artists like Tiesto and Afrojack. 'Cause a lot of these artists nowadays in the space, they maybe last what, maybe 4, 6, 7, 8 years. But Afrojack, Tiesto, well, specifically Tiesto and Hardwell.
I don't want to put Afrojack in that
In what?
mix that you just put up. Cause is he lasting?
Who?
Afrojack.
He's still playing those festivals.
That's not lasting.
He's still releasing music. He's not releasing the music that we like. Like he's releasing shit, bro.
But okay. I get that.
Not out there, and he's not as. I don't think he's like. If you're thinking, I don't think he's just like his peak. That's how he used to be a couple years ago. But he's. I think he's still.
I haven't heard anyone new that just got into in the last 5 to 6 years mention Afrojack. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think it makes sense for them because they're not. That's not what the media is like feeding them.
But those other artists, I've heard that you named, the other artists that you named, like a Tiesto.
Right.
I've heard these new people ask about Tiesto. Never heard them ask about Afrojack though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like last, like those, like hard.
A lot of people. The name Tiesto is much more. It connects much more with people.
Still, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like last, like sure. Afrojack was a time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on Afrojack in any. I don't want to say he lasts. Like he still lasts. I think he's still there, yeah, but like he's not anymore. Like you don't have to know about it. Pause. Bigger. Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck.
You said it.
Bigger than Afrojack.
But but Tiesto's still finding a way to have his name in headlines and shit like that is what I'm trying to say. Afrojack isn't.
No.
And it's not because he can't. That's not why. I just think that's not his focus at all. You feel me?
You know what I think too though? Like him playing these festivals, I think a lot of it has to do with like how a lot of industries are. It's just seniority. You know, I think.
No, I think it's money.
You think it's money?
I think it's money.
You think? What do you mean? Like it's money? Like the money that he brings in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think Tiesto's name pulls in so much money that it's hard to forget about that. Like if I know he's brought me money before.
That's the seniority though, right? Like for so many years that you've been around.
Nah, because Tiesto's been there. Or Afrojack has probably been there just as long. But why hasn't his name been?
Nah, dude. I think Tiesto's been longer.
I'm not saying Afrojack's been longer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just as long. Like it's not that big of a huge difference to where it's like, oh, nah, that's why Tiesto's here. That's why Tiesto's. Like, I don't think that's gonna make the biggest difference. I just don't think that the Afrojack name got to where the Tiesto name was. Consistently stayed there. Like I just don't think that's what it was. And even with the music, like maybe Tiesto just was making more revenue in. Like that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, if Tiesto's making more of that revenue, I don't really think we got to remember Afrojack. And it's time for in a business. Like I'm not thinking about anything else. If I got money, I'm throwing it at people to be like, hey, like we're gonna make money here.
No, from a business standpoint, it's different. I get what you're saying. From a business standpoint, it's a different angle.
And I think Afrojack cares about the music too.
For sure. I think so.
I think Tiesto cares about the DJing and being Tiesto.
I can see that.
Like, if that makes sense.
Let me go into this. I think maybe it's a little hard for this particular artist, but I feel the same way about David Guetta.
Yeah.
Where maybe in the beginning it's a lot more believable that it was for the music. But now it's like, oh,
that's for the name.
The DJing, the whole like the show.
Yeah.
The show.
Because the music's ass.
The music it's pumping, but it's not. Like,
no, it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like it's being pumped out.
Okay. Yeah, my bad.
The music's pumping from David Guetta. Like, I could have been much more specific with that. Like, the music's being pumped out of David Guetta. The content's being pushed out, but it's not.
It's ass.
It's not the
ass.
Yeah, well, it's not
Hot dog water.
not the dance music that I listen to. Yeah, for sure, hot dog water. Yeah, I don't like hot dog water.
No one does, bro.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, mainstream media doesn't mind hot dog water, bro.
Money though.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it minds hot dog water. I mean, from what we're seeing. Well, look, let's talk about the resampling and that's happening, bro. And the EDM specifically, all these artists like resampling all these
but
EDM concepts. That's interesting. That's hella interesting to see that a lot of these songs that we've came across like years ago now being like recent. Like what was the recent one with David Guetta with Coil Ray?
players.
That Show Me Love.
Oh.
That Show Me Love. Like recent. That's just one of the examples that we've been seeing where there's a lot.
I'm mad, bro, because
How do you feel about all this shit? Yeah.
well, specifically that whole like Show Me Love shit. I'm mad that the Players Club remix was just a setup for them to do that bullshit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like,
I mean,
are you like, bro? Y'all missed a perfect opportunity to make a banger original.
Mm-hmm.
Like a perfect opportunity to make a banger original. Like, if David Guetta was like that producer that he like people say he is, why did he have to go resample some shit? Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Like, bro, like David, give us some shit, dog. Like,
new shit, right?
I don't understand. I just don't understand it. And even that shit that they put out is fucking trash too. Like, I don't fucking like it.
Like, I have a weird relationship with the song "I'm Good," like the replicated like "I'm Blue" track that they've.
It's trash.
You know, like, I have such a weird take on that track because from the resampling perspective, I'm just like, did it have to be David Guetta? Like that's just the way I'm seeing shit.
But
Like,
I don't give a fuck that it was. I don't give a fuck who it was. It was fucking trash. And you know how we know shit like this won't stand the test of time?
It's trendy. I believe it.
Yeah. You know what? You remember that fucking Gabriel Iglesias Suavemente version that he made? We could look back at it now. Fucking trash, bro. Like, it's a trash ass song. Every song that's been put out, like with those samples, bro, just give me that vibe right away. Right. Like, that's the first thing that pops in my head. And I'm just like, this is hot. This is just reintroducing music to a younger audience. That's all they're doing, bro. Yeah. That's literally all they're doing. But like,
they're regurgitating a lot of the old songs that's lost its peak life, and then they're like they're repackaging it to younger audience. Like
they're doing the EDM. They're taking noticeable fucking ad libs and putting them in their tracks. That's what they're doing, and that's what a lot of people do. They get noticeable samples and put it in their track.
Also, this is the energy I get from a lot of producers too. Is like they rather just take something that's already done and just kind of build on it.
But so no, like so this is the idea. Like I don't know if you've seen these videos too when making music. It's good to put in something familiar. Like it's always good to have a familiar element in your music because it gives people something to like kind of grasp. Reference. Not even I guess you could say reference, but something just to like. A familiarity, something that could just be like, okay, like let me listen to this now. Like It doesn't have to be an element, but certain things that will pop out and be like, oh, I know this. Like that's why a lot of people like to fucking sample like movie references for their pre-drop or whatever the case may be. It's like, oh, I know this. Like it's good to have a familiarity factor in your music. Like it's just good. But like the resampling is just taking it a little overboard for me. I'm just like, why? For like you could have. I just think we shouldn't do it anymore. Just leave those tracks alone, bro. Like they were good. They could still be good. Just make a TikTok about them and let them resampled, bro. Like reused in TikToks and shit like that. Put them in more movies and whatnot. Like that's how you reintroduce these tracks, not making them shittier. Like I don't.
Well, this brings up a great topic because you know. I feel like a lot of times certain music doesn't reach its full potential. like in terms of its exposure and popularity. And I feel like a lot of times there's not just that many opportunities for a particular sound or something for it to like fully. Okay, like I'll give you an example. Not just music, but like let's talk about shows. I feel like there's a lot of shows out there that because they don't have like a certain amount of years for it to be on shelf before it gets like booted off. Like I've seen myself get attached to a lot of shows that were produced like years back. Like I'll give you a good example. I don't think I would have came across a show like I think it's a good show, Sons of Anarchy. If for some any reason they didn't like have it like existent. I'll give you an example. Like we don't know, we never truly know like the potential of something until we let time pass by. Like there's certain songs that have blown up, although they have been released like years, decades ago. Like they blow up maybe in the time of now. Maybe not just music, but even certain shows. There's certain shows out there that after a while of being it in the market, like people start picking it up. It starts like getting shared around, and then people start latching on it. And even although it's a show or a song that's way back, like people are like, oh okay, like this is some shit. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is like their attempt of like music labels like resampling music. I'm not sure if this is like their attempt of trying to revive like the certain life of a certain melody or a certain familiarity sound or whatnot. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to see this behavior for sure. Like with labels, like they're looking at certain records and they're like, okay, like we see that this has a lot more potential for it to go in this direction, and especially with the time of now. We capitalize on it, and this is not gonna stop. As much as you don't want to.
I think it's a money grab. It's a money grab.
I mean, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. Especially now that music business and the way how you're able to move through music, the legalities of it, like the more it's accessible, the more producers are gonna be able to like create these certain records and not necessarily get away with it, because I don't think the intention is to get away with it, but it's like I'm able to do this like as a producer, like I'm able to replicate the sound and not really face any type of legal blah 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 if I do it this way or this way. Like we're seeing a lot of this happen a lot more these days too, because like the music business aspect of it, it's out there online for musicians to take advantage. Like we talked about the whole sample pack thing, right? Like someone could just grab a sample pack and release the demo as their own. If there's not really concrete regulations of how the sample pack should be packaged from another producer or whatnot. I mean, it's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get worse as more people find more legal loopholes to have it up there as their own, as an artist. Like, yeah, I mean, it's gonna keep on happening. Like, fuck, dude, like. People are finding more ways to like go around this kind of like the sampling shit. It's gonna keep on happening. It's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get worse. Like in terms of people going to songs and creating a similarity in it and then building upon that similarity.
Let's just make original music. Good original music. That sounds like a good idea from now on. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. I mean,
that's another way that I would love to really find out how an artist is creatively. It's like hearing the originals. I know specifically bands. I know a lot of bands like trying to build their catalog. They do covers, and through covers you kind of find a certain artistry between the covers. But not until you hear someone's original, like from scratch, you're like, oh damn, like. This is not. I've never heard this melody before. Or maybe if I kind of heard this similar melody, like I feel that this is not taken from another concept that was done. Like this feels like very raw, intentional. Like I feel that about a lot of tracks. Like I'm like, oh, okay, this seems very raw in the way they got to this melody, and the way they got this drum fill, this drop, etc., etc. What were you gonna say though?
I was just speaking of new music. Original music. Ellen Golding is back with some original music.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she dropped an album on Friday. So with some EDM shit in it. So I heard it was good. I haven't listened to it, but
Oh, okay.
I heard she's back in the EDM space, so that's interesting. We turn the lights down, stop it, turn to go. Yeah, she back. She back. She
A
back.
lot of
She
people are
back.
back.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like, it's cool to have some legends back in the game. You feel me? It's cool to see what they come out in 2023. What they pop in.
Or whatever the AI is popping, right?
Yeah, facts.
Hey,
The world
hey,
may never know.
Hey, which AI I made for you today? Damn, imagine that's the conversation for producers. Yeah, my AI could do this. My AI could do this. Damn.
That'd be lit, bro. If I don't ever have to produce again, just make my AI produce for me.
My AI could do this. My AI could
Hey, AI, make me a banging ass sub. Bet.
Damn, 2 minutes? Fuck, okay.
Okay. Now stretch it out. Now put a 4/4 kick snare pattern, a kick on the 1, a snare on the 3, and let's write it out, fam. And then let's sidechain compress that to the sub. And then you know what? Put a lead in there by F sharp, and let the bro. Like imagine that's all you gotta do. Like that sounds pretty
I'm not opposed to
lit.
that. You're. I'm not opposed to that because you're still a part of that creative process. It's when you tell the AI, make me a track. Just make me a track. But if you're getting specific with the functionalities of how the track.
Well, you have to know.
No, you should. As an artist, you should. But there's artists out there. They're not trying to. They're not trying to dissect.
Well, they're not
artistry.
going to be. Look,
just trying
those
to be-
people aren't going to be successful then, because if you're not typing in specifically what you want, how is it going to give you a consistent, good track? You can't build a brand off of inconsistency.
Yeah, a lot of artists are not thinking that. They're just thinking, oh, I got
Yeah,
product.
well, they're not going to be successful. That's like an easy That's easy to be like, all right, well, like if I'm just going to be like, hey, make me a house track, they give me a house track, I put it and say it's mine, put it out, whatever the case may be, even put like a dope track art on it, right? Then my next track comes out, sounds nothing alike.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna make
Yeah,
sense.
some artists are fucking. They're making that shit. They're making like they're doing it like that. Bro.
Yeah, and they're not gonna get popping
Makes
like
no
that.
Now I don't think it makes. I don't. It doesn't make sense.
That's not how you get popping. Like I'm not gonna listen to it. Who's gonna listen to that?
I mean, I don't know. If the song is hard, I'm gonna listen to the drop. I'm gonna listen to the song. That's the thing, though. Like, okay, you can you could be an artist and make the shit from AI, but I'll be able to know if the AI made it, like true, or if you made like. That's something that as artists we'll be able to know from other artists. Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay,
Even listeners can be like, oh, I see.
does the AI know what good is? The AI won't know what good is unless you describe to it what's good.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, you're still putting your creativity into the AI. Or else how are you telling it what's good?
You're putting your creativity, I think, like depending on what your specifics are. But like, for example, if you say give me a house track, I think you're not necessarily like looking at it from the artist perspective. I think it's just more of like you're seeing it from the. I get what you're saying. Like, how am I trying to word this?
But I can't just put in give me a house track is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you could.
No, I understand that. Yes, it's physically possible to do it and it give you a song.
For sure.
But what I'm saying is I can't then take that song. I can, right? Put a track to it, upload it.
You could, yeah.
I could do all of that.
For sure.
I could even say I made it. Right?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say you made it, yeah.
But how do I know it gave me a good song? I just asked it for good. So, because good is subjective, bro. So how does the AI know it gave me something good unless I told it what good was? You feel me?
You'd have to give the AI a reference for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So like you'd have to get specific with the AI of what you want. Because I could tell them make me a house track, but then it makes me a tropical house track. I'm not looking for a tropical house track. You feel me? Like you're gonna have to get specific with it at the end of the day, and that's where the way you word things, the way I word things, the way someone else word things, it's gonna be different. You feel me? So I don't know, bro. I'm just giving that leeway into like that search result. What you're putting in is then gonna be the creativity you put in of the track. You know, like that's still a creative aspect if you really want to get fucking deep into it. Like what I type into this fucking thing is the creative part. You know, like that's my creativity. You ain't gonna tell me otherwise. You feel like, you know, like that's an aspect people are gonna start taking. And at the end of the day, like everything's gonna be what we type is what we fucking what we say is what we get type shit.
At the end of the day, me personally, as a music listener, if I'm enjoying the track, a lot of times I'm not digging too deep as to how it got made. As a music listener, off the bat. Most times that I listen to a track as a music listener, I'm not going on YouTube, oh, how was this fucking track made? A lot of times I'm just appreciating for what it is as a music listener. So I mean, for sure that a lot of this is going to be happening without listeners like really looking too deep. A lot of times it's going to be producers really looking deep into like what other producers are doing to their music and whatnot. Like I said, the majority of listeners are just music listeners. They're not really like the curious producer. Like, oh, how was this made? How'd you get into like that? And, like I think it's more so like the producers and music artists are definitely thinking about this. Like, because I think for the most part, music listeners are not really too worried about how the shit is made unless it's good to their ears. And then the music aficionado, the producer aficionado, will be the one that really like goes into detail. I like this track, but I really want to know how it really was processed. Was it the artist that actually did the writing, or
I don't know. I don't know if I can get behind that. Like people really just get behind the music sometimes. Nah, because there's so much good music out there, but people aren't getting behind it. You feel me? So people are getting more into. It's not just the music. People aren't just listening to just good music. I don't think that's the case. It's everything around the good. It's everything around the music that people are grasping onto. Like if that was the case, bro, like, nah, I just don't see that. Like that's why we're doing, bro. Like if that was the case, bro, like why aren't more people listening to like our music type shit? You know, like subjectively we think it's good music, right? It's good.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to just good music, you know? So that's why I don't think the AI shit is gonna like, you know, like, and I kind of said a little bit earlier, like it's gonna come with what else comes with that shit and whatnot. Like I can't just listen to a song and be like, oh yeah, this is good. Am I gonna keep like you know how you were saying like doing your due diligence with some shit, like when you're listening to people speak. I do that with music. Like if I like something or if I think something sounds interesting or like if I think something sounds good, I'm gonna look into, oh, who's this artist? This sounds pretty good. And then I'm gonna look at like everything they put around it. And then that's how I make my final decision. I don't ever think like I don't it's hard for me sometimes to think when's the last time I heard a song and I was like, this is good. And then I fell in love with the like artist like in a whole. Like maybe I thought the song was good, but it was just one song.
I mean, there's been times where I've only just listened to one track from an artist, and that was it.
And then there's sometimes where I listen to the track, and then I seen like the artist brand, and I was like, I don't really like this no more. Mm-hmm. Like that shit happens. Like so, like with the whole, like I don't know, like
I mean, there's been times where people like the product, but people don't necessarily like the person that makes the product.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to fuck. Like you made the product, you're like, the product's good. I like the product. Like, no, I get you.
Whoa.
Fucking man, what should it be? Holy shit.
It's because we have the garage open. I'm gonna shut this shit. All right.
No, yeah, it's a good, interesting topic because
Hell
Music is
no.
subjective, but I like to think there is like a public reference of what like the listenability of shit. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm ready to say some announcements. What about you?
Sorry.
Well, I'll start off. Got That Power releasing April 13th.
That's fucking insane.
Some new drum and bass streaming everywhere. Stamps will be available. Free download will be available. Remix competition will be in full effect when it uploads. I'm working on an EP coming out in May. It's set for May. Could be set for June, but I'm pretty sure it's coming out in May. I'll let y'all know. Y'all can follow me on Husky Bass for more updates. But yeah, definitely got an EP in the tuck within the next month or two. I got the new track, Got That Power, coming out April 13th, some new drum and bass. I got a dubstep track coming out real soon too. I'm really excited about. Trying to look for a home for it. So that release might come out a little later if things go cool. If not, I'm always down to self-release. You know me. But besides that, no, just new music coming out April 13th. Got That Power, streaming everywhere. Free stems, free download, link in the description. Gonna be hosting a remix EP for it as well. So if anyone that's looking to remix some music, looking for free stems, a lot of times you gotta pay for stems. Stems are free. You don't gotta enter the remix competition. You can just download the stems and mess around. But I am looking for official remixes. So if you want to submit yours and you like it and you think it's all good, well for the EP, let me know. Send it to me. All the info will be in the description. Looking forward to all the submissions. I'm very excited to release that track. Got That Power. Pre-save everywhere. April 13th. I think that's like my major news for this episode. What about yourself?
Yeah. First off, thanks everyone that came out to the Continental. Check me out. See me DJ. I appreciate y'all. Had a really cool time. Thanks for the homeboy that booked me. Also this month I have a track coming out. I don't have a date yet. I'll be posting it within the next couple of days. I'm not going to give it out yet just because I have a lot of cool like promo stuff in the works. But yeah, air coming soon. Got some cool shit coming this month. And yeah, I think that's also go check out on all platforms Our Life. It was supposed to be Dawn Life, but I ended up changing the title to Our Life. I put out a flip on SoundCloud of the track. So exclusively out right now on SoundCloud. You can go check that out. It's called My Life J. Cole flip. But what I'm going to be doing now for a lot of tracks, I make remixes. I'll make like flips and stuff. And then I'll really like it. But then I'll be like, all right, I want to create this, an original out of this. And then I'll create it into an original. But I still really like the flip. So what I'm gonna be doing is still releasing those flips exclusively on SoundCloud, and then releasing the original versions on all streaming platforms. So you guys are gonna get pretty much like two takes on my tracks. You're gonna get like a cool like flip version of whatever vocals or whatever track I initially made it, and then you're gonna get an original idea out of me. So yeah.
So it'd be like two different tracks, or would it just be one version without the vocals?
Depends on like
how it play out without the vocals.
Yeah, how it plays out without the vocals. Yeah, sometimes it might just be like just no vocals and I just mastered it without the vocals. Sometimes it might be where like I just built more without the vocals and whatnot. It just depends how it goes. But it's because for the most part, like I end up liking the versions with the vocals on it like a lot. Like that's where the idea stemmed off of, and I want to show people those, and those are still like cool like ideas to be played out. But I can't necessarily put those on streaming platforms. Sure. So SoundCloud is really cool just to be putting those out there, and they'll still get played. So I don't mind it. But yeah, so stay tuned for all that. Got a lot of those fucking ready just to fucking shoot out. So. But you guys are gonna be seeing like what I focus on more of, like the fucking promotion for like my original tracks are just different. Like I don't know, you can just tell I put more emphasis on like playing just original tracks from the get go, I think. And I don't know, those are more fun to work with, I think, because I don't know, you just get be a little more creative with like.
It's more you, I think.
Yeah.
It's just more what you want to push as an artist.
For sure. But yeah, stay tuned for all that. Error coming soon. Fucking fire ass shit. Let's go. Hyped.
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're not gonna do no song reviews. Jay is not okay for today. I was still thinking about that, but yeah, not today.
I wasn't.
We don't normally do song reviews. If you do want to have your song featured potentially on our Guess That Tempo, you can click the link on one of our Guess That Tempo videos on the description. There's a song submission, and you can potentially have your song featured on our Guess That Tempos. And there might be times where we might go live on Twitch and we may ask for song reviews. We have not been doing that recently, but you never know. We have been streaming live on Twitch lately, just the podcast, so we don't know what comes out of this live streaming in terms of like segments. We've just been doing the podcast, but stay subscribed to the Twitch channel. Follow us, so every time you want to check us out when we're going live, you get notified.
Pause.
I'm fucking just ready. Yeah. So subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We live stream on Twitch first, then upload on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell alert button to stay notified. If you guys dig today's episode, give us a thumbs up. Or if you're seeing this live on Twitch, I guess you can only just follow the Twitch channel. Like I mentioned, you follow it, you get notified when we go live. Episode airs on YouTube the following week. Follow us on social media at Lucid Tempo, at Zion Dawn, at Husky Bass. New track coming out April 13th. Got That Power. Free download, free stems. Remix EP coming out. Make sure to submit those submissions before the deadline, May 15th. I'm looking forward to it. And if that's it, shit, the timer's going off. It's my time. It's my time right there. That's all it for me. Thank you guys for coming through, for tuning in, for supporting. Any last words, Robert?
I eat ass.
For sure. Lose the tempo. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Good night.